We're going to open this up now. Let's get the rear handle first. Last time I got one of these, Flex actually sent me one. Look at all the dust, man. Nobody's buying this stuff from Lowe's. It's crazy. It's just a sad thing to see. This thing opens confusingly. Oh, okay, I see. The magic is going on here. It's gonna be upside down again. We got the sticker. This adds like 1,000 more horsepower to all your tools. All you do is just slap it on there because it's Flex. You gotta stand up. I love this thing, guys. I seriously love this tool.
The one that Tar Heel was asking about is called the Arcdale Olight Ultra.
Oh, the Arcfeld. Yeah, the Arcfeld Ultra is amazing. Who's asking?
Tar Heel.
Email me, Tar Heels. I know you got my email because you've won a giveaway before. Email me and ask me about that, and I'll let you know what's up. But yeah, the Arcfeld Ultra is amazing. I'm in the process of testing something else right now that's not out yet. That just email me, man. Okay, so we got the 7 1/4. Got the blade.
That's a big box.
That is a big box. It's a big saw.
It is, but that's a big box.
It's a big everything. All right, so we got
made it back what it said.
Nice. Where is the stop? It's been a minute since I had this saw. There it is. It's backwards because I'm fixing to push it when I need to pull it. I already know. Oh, no, wait, no, I do want to tighten to loosen it. No, we're good. No. No, we're not. Yeah, we need to loosen it or tighten it. I wish this saw had a diamond cut out. If they were to do a Gen 2 of this saw, which they should do for the purpose of having the diamond cut out, because, I mean, that's just what a professional framer uses. You knock out that diamond, and this thing is guaranteed to never slip. And this saw has enough power to spin, even though the circle's tight. You get in some 2x12 pressure-treated wet lumber, this blade will spin.
Bob the Builder says $160 tool only at my Lowe's.
I got this for $70.
Backwoods Law says, new digit remover.
Oh, which way are we going here? Yeah, we're going that way. So we want to go like this. We also want to pop the battery out. Give it a quick test. Okay. Let's put this here.
Bug bite.
We need to loosen it to tighten it.
Douglas Melendez wants to know if you have any preferences on thermal cameras on Amazon.
Yeah, dude. I'll show you a really nice thermal camera. What are you looking to do with it? Are you looking to just do a quick inspection? Or are you looking to do, like, make a bunch of money on it? Are you looking for something compact? Are you looking for something a little bit bigger with, like, some amazing resolution? Oh, it is.
I think I poked myself too.
Okay, Kaylin.
She's falling apart.
Plywood. 2x lumber, 3/4, 1/2 inch, quarter. That's kind of cool.
Soul says, "Oh come on, why it's always the electrician who goes live late."
Let me get you the camera here.
Backwards says Ella.
There's a bell in there. This is the Thermal Master.
Inspections and leaks, Douglas says, mainly for side jobs, plus wouldn't hurt to have an extra tool.
This is, you better look up the price of this, but if you do want to buy it, dude, I would love to put a link for you so I could get commission on it. I'm not going to lie. It's on Amazon though, so it doesn't matter. This is like $300. It's a really, really nice camera. I've used FLIRs professionally. I've used the $50,000 FLIRs that have the same resolution as this in 2015. Why don't you go ahead and just draw something on that wall, Angela?
Draw something?
Yeah, no one will see you. Hang on, you gotta kind of drag your finger on there. Let's see, go. It's kind of popping up. Yeah, do it again. Hold your hand out so the screen turns purple. There you go. Now start drawing. No, you gotta literally draw on the wall. You're not touching the wall.
Oh my gosh.
She wasn't touching the wall.
I don't want to get a splinter.
Draw straight down. Oh, there you go. Do it again. Go a little slower and just go straight down, like your whole hand. Just place your palm flat on the wall. Now drag it down. There you go. Thank you. That's hilarious. You're drawing in the air. Like she's just like, whoosh. And I'm like, what's wrong with my camera?
You said draw something.
I did. You're right. You're right.
You didn't say where.
It's true. It's true. It's my fault. All right. So this is called the Thor 001. And it is honestly amazing. I mean, the resolution on this thing is crazy. Crazy good. But Thermal Master also makes one that goes on your phone.
That's the one you had.
Yeah. Do you want to see the one that goes on your phone for 200 or maybe 150? What's the first part of my email? conductivewood@gmail.com. Do you want me to show you the other thermal camera? The P2? I'll show it to you.
Where is it?
Let me just go grab it. Here, Angela will give you a close-up of the camera.
Sarush is here.
What's up, Sarush? Ooh, it is buried in the medicine drawer. Ooh, that is not good. I still found it. Wasn't completely buried.
Frank the Great says, "Happy Saturday. Hello to you and your family. Why are electricians so damn good looking and smart?"
What's going on, man? All right.
I agree.
Check this out.
To this one.
Check this out. We got our phone here, right? In this little case here, we've got the world's smallest thermal camera. So this goes on your lanyard, on your hip, whatever you're doing inspections. This one's Android only, but I think they've got Apple now. Don't get me lying. I'm just going to plug this in. It comes with this USB, which is probably the coolest part about this. You hear that it's sunk up, so it's going to ask you, open temperature master, temp master. And I'm going to say okay, because I don't want it to always open. And then I'm going to put a camera right there. And it's acting like I've never done this before. There we go.
You might not have since you got this phone.
Oh, you're right. Go to camera here. And there we go. So,
Shadow Van says, "Looks like what they used to give me a prostate exam."
so this is, right now we're black and white, I think.
You're
right?
upside down.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so what I do is I borrow my wife's hairband And I usually band it right there around. Oh, you got one? Take it off.
It's stuck.
And I'll show you why, because this thing does picture in picture.
It's stuck.
Let me rip it out of there.
No, hurry.
Oh, what are you doing? Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Now, oh, it's got hair on it. All right.
It was in my hair.
Now we can see, right, my hand here. What we want to do, we can do picture in picture here, which is pretty cool. So we're going to do the picture in picture on, and now we can see the actual image here. Hairband usually goes a little higher, but that's okay, guys. You get the idea, right? I've got picture in picture. Now I want to go here to the temperature. Actually, we're going to set up our points right now. So I haven't got my points down here. I'm going to go back to my picture in picture, and I'm going to change the scale. We can change the opacity of the image at the very top, just like that. And then I'm going to shrink that like that, so it's not so big, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to change it to the iron red, which is what we're used to seeing for infrared. But we can go here to the rainbow or the aurora or whatever it is, but I've always used what they're calling iron red. Now that we're set up, I'm actually going to change the opacity one more time because it looks a little bit harder to see. There we go. Now what you're going to do for your customer, and this other camera does this too, it does picture in picture. What you're going to do is you're going to get this lens pretty close to the same angle as this lens. That way when you take your picture, your customer can see what the heck you're looking at, because the customer doesn't know what a problem looks like without knowing what the actual image that they're looking at is. So when I take this picture, I'm going to get both images here, and my customer's going to be able to see the breaker. For example, let's say my thumb is a hot spot here. I'm going to let go of this, and you're going to see the hot spot still on here. There it is there. Now I'm going to hold this up here like this, and I can say to my customer, that hot spot right there is right here on this image, and that's your problem. And that's going to sell your job, because your customer is going to know what they're looking at. They're not just looking at a bunch of multicolors like you're just taking them for a ride. Let me show you how responsive it is. Go ahead and draw on the wall again, please. Actually, like, yeah, there you go. Pretty responsive for a tiny camera like that. Do it again. You can see where it's not as good as the other one, but it's pretty darn good, guys, what it is. So if you walk out to the living room here and we look at our, see your feet. Oh, I can see where you were standing. Look, evidence of Bigfoot. Ow. All right, so we can see picture in picture. We can see the heat loss up here. You can see the heat loss here. My window is actually pretty darn efficient now because it is a newer window. That's where the dog pokes his head out. You see the heat loss down there. See the heat loss right where the striker meets the door. Sealed up pretty good in the corners there. Can't see the rafters on this one. Of course, it's nighttime, so they're not going to be very visible. But let me show you this.
Mom, are you done?
No, not yet.
I'm not showing you guys the right way. Damn.
Sorry.
Was I doing this or this? Was I doing that? I think I was doing that, wasn't I? I think I was holding that like that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, because I pointed there, and then I walked around with the phone like an idiot. There we go. Yeah, see the heat loss there? Yeah, so you got to wait for the day to see your rafters. But because the sun hasn't been out, it's harder to see your rafters. But we can do this. Can you open this one for me, baby? So let me see a rafter in here. If you got little insulation, you can see your rafters. So like if I go out to this other room, you want to turn that on or?
I don't know how, but I will try to figure it out.
You're right here. I like how this is a flex stream and turn into a thermal. There's a rafter there. See, there's a rafter there. There's a rafter there. That's a light. Did it turn on? Mm-hmm. I will trade you. Dog, dog, dog. Don't forget to take the lens cap. Oh, that's because it is. Because he can see the infrared light. Yeah, you can easily see the rafters on this camera. This camera's crazy compared to the other one. We might be able to see the rafters in the house. Let me turn on picture in picture so we can see what we're doing. Go here to view mode. Picture in picture, there we go. I would love to be able to move that. I can move it, I'm just not gonna worry about it right now. I don't know if we're able to see the rafters here. No. No, but this stuff lights up even more. You can see the difference here. Let me get rid of picture in picture. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Yeah, you guys can see the resolution difference on this one. It's a lot better of a camera. There's the rafters. There's a rafter. There's a stud. There's a stud. There's a rafter. And this is at nighttime when the sun's like been down for a while. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff, man. Really good value. 3-year warranty. Good stuff. Now we can actually like look at the flex stuff. Has a macro lens for like really, really close stuff. Circuit boards, things like that. You can look at circuit boards and diagnose. Yeah, this one has the picture in picture too. Yeah, the phone adapted one is good. Oh, we're done with that. Let me have that. Oh, thanks. Thanks, baby. Angela's so awesome.
Tar Heel, yes, it does.
What's that?
He says, does the email start with conductive? I think he
Yes, it does.
has had a hard time trying to find it.
Dang, dude. Okay. Yeah.
Kansas Tools is here.
We got our hook. We got our discharge port. We should get a vacuum on this.
Douglas says picture in picture is a great idea. I might have to get the phone adapted one.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to yeet this out the door for a second. Where's the vacuum out here?
Are you asking where it is?
Yeah. There it is. Okay, let's see how much this vacuum works. It just wants to fight tonight, guys.
Its own flex tool doesn't work with its own flex.
It's a vacuum adapter, so it goes to the vacuum. I'm wondering if whenever I just sent Kansas the sander. I'm wondering, did I give him my adapter for the discharge? I might have. You might have yourself an adapter there, sir. No promises. We'll just use this one. It's the benefit of buying multiple flex tools. Okay. Ha. Checking. It's like it's not even there. It's so smooth, man. That is crazy. That is crazy smooth. And that's a 2.0 battery. That's a dull blade. A very dull blade. What does it do without the dust collection? How good is Flex's dust collection? You're about to find out.
I don't want to get sprayed.
Sorry. Come on, Flex. I would say the dust collection is pretty damn good. You guys thought I just put it on for fun. Can you help me there?
Sorry.
I didn't mean to suck that up. I don't think I needed it, but I did not mean to suck it up. Yeah, you can see the dust collection difference on the Flex is crazy. You guys were thinking I was just trying to show off the vacuum. Yeah, we hit a nice knot in there, but that's a very dull blade. All right. Let's get this one open. What does chat say, maybe?
That vacuum is good though.
Yeah, the vacuum is good. Kind of cheating when it comes to that vacuum.
Kansas says if you did include it, he'll send it back.
I don't need it. As you can see. You need to hold it over there, baby. Here, you want to just mount it on this?
I'm showing.
All right, we got a full-size recip. So we got this kit for like $140.
Jamie sees you.
What's up, Jamie? We got the full-size recip saw, man. I love this thing. That's awesome. With the quick shoe adjust. Come on. Stiff. Stiff, but good. So we got the recip saw. Flex recip blade. a flex douchebag. We got 2 flex batteries. Now I got to take pictures of these right now because I've got so many flex batteries. I want to put these, register. So I will need to take pictures now before I mix them in with the rest of my batteries. I made that mistake and just ended up not even registering.
LFL says you're a kid in a candy store right now.
Ha. Yeah.
Tar Heel says he sent me an email.
Nice.
Jamie True says he's done, about to hit the highway.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay. And then the rest of it I don't have. So we got the flex saw. I don't own the big flex saw. And I don't have the flex multi-tool actually. So this is pretty cool. Yay. So we got all the multi-tool accessories, all the star locks, all the belt clips, 3 of them. How'd we get 3? Why do we have 3? You can't put this on a belt clip. 2 drills. Cool, they gave us 3 belt clips. We've got the non-compact and the non-full size. This is like the basic one here. And I think it's still brushless. I think it's all brushless. Yeah, it's still brushless. So we can compare this now, this versus the big one versus the compact. And we can do the same thing with this drill. We've got the brushless. That's actually a really nice size, honestly. Very smooth too. Never owned this ever. Cool. Standard charger, 180. Is a 160, yeah. That is everything there. Put that in there. Put this back. Seems like as soon as I organize in here, it just gets messy again. It's nice. I think I just want to rock the 2.0 just because it's so tiny. Like, I just love it so much, man. The 2.0 is a great size for the flex. Because as you know, the tools are fairly large. I can stop it with my hand on too. Ow!
Don't do that.
There we go. Got it to time out. Let's see what it's got. One of these. Here. Where is a bit? Do we have a T25 here handy? Here, let me have that. Just the trophy. Milwaukee fanboy, I do like the client as well. Nice. What's up, Matthew? What's going on, man? What did Matthew get in here? Can't find that Mazzo pouch. Dude, get the Mazzo X. Get the Mazzo X. And don't worry about the other pouch. It's linked on the video. On the live. The Mazzo X is what you want. They're better than the compact. Alright. Here you go. Yeah, let's find a T25 here. I thought I had one there. We are missing a T25 here.
Matthew said thanks for all your help.
Oh, no worries, man. I appreciate your support. Okay, let's try. That should be one right here. That's T25. We'll go with the Dewalt one instead. Oh, this drawer closed. What is it getting stuck on? That drawer is stuck open. What is it getting stuck on? Oh, the clamps. Whoops. Oh, I just broke that. Nice. I had the Klein clamps. They work very well, apparently, because I just broke the, when these were sticking up like this, and when I opened the drawer, it hyperextended into them, and now, let's do this here. There's really no meat to clamp to here. That'll work better.
Carhill says, yeah, I love his channel because he actually tests the tools out and gives honest opinion. Thanks, tools and tactics.
I appreciate that, man. Okay, no turbo on this one. Speed 2. This looks like 2.5, not a 3. They are 2.5s. It's got plenty of power, man, for just about anybody doing anything. Unless you're a contractor and you're doing big stuff all day. I mean, dang, that's a lot of power. Where you'll really notice that you need more power is if you're like trying to drill a hole through this, maybe like a 2-inch hole. Maybe you're doing plumbing and you're trying to run like an 1.5-inch pipe or something, and you need a hole saw. You would maybe see a little bit of lag. But yeah, it effortlessly sunk that. I was thinking maybe it wouldn't for some reason. Where's the compact? This is the compact, a really nice size from Flex. It's smart that they did it, but I don't like that this is the only thing available at Lowe's right now.
Jonathan says, back to yellow time 2x6.
Yeah, just a common building material. Speed 2. So you can see where as it started to drive, it actually made a higher pitched noise where it did use a little bit more power. The other one was like it wasn't even there. So noticeable power between the two. And then of course we got the big boy here. You can feel
Matthew says this channel has become my favorite and he gave you $10.
Oh man, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you.
Soul says at least take the tag off.
Yeah, good idea. Thank you. I can do that. Here comes the turbo, dude.
Kansas says it stays brand new if you keep the tag on.
Oh, is that okay? This thing is such a joy to use, man. I was on a mission to get back at Flex whenever they first came out because they were claiming some pretty serious stuff, man. I was a Milwaukee fan for a long time, and I was bound and determined to break the Flex. So as soon as I had a chance, I was doing a job site, and we needed to pour a little bit of concrete to support some conduits coming up for a receptacle. They just had two PVCs coming up to the bottom of a bell box. We had some strut behind it, and we wanted to make the strut more secure, so we were just pouring just a little bit of concrete. So we had a 5-gallon bucket full of concrete, and when it came time to mix it, the guy gave me a shovel, and I was like, I got a better idea. So I grabbed one of the piece of rebars because the pool was getting built brand new. So I grabbed one of the piece of rebars. It was a 1/2 inch rebar, about that long. And I stomped on it and kicked it into like the shape of an L. And I had this crazy shape going in this drill, and I chucked it in there. And when you have a drill and you're in circular motion and the bit is straight, it's one thing. But when it's kind of canted off at an angle, dude, that thing gets crazy, right? So I put it in turbo mode in high speed, and I started whipping this freaking concrete, and I was trying to burn the motor up, but it didn't burn the motor up, man. It whipped that stuff into like a freaking slurry, man. It was crazy. And then at one point we hit the side of the bucket with it, and it just started pouring out of the bucket because we broke the bucket. You know, it was just too funny. But I remember the first time I pulled the trigger on it, expecting it to be like fully bogged down, because I got this thing in the highest speed possible, in turbo mode. It should be in the minimum amount of torque possible that would possibly stall this thing out. And it just powered through that concrete. And then that same day, it was getting late, and we needed a bigger hole saw to go through the brick because we only had a 1/2 inch bit. No, we had a 3/4 bit, and we're trying to run 3/4 conduit. Well, that don't work out, obviously, because 3/4 conduit's 1 inch and 1/8. And we drilled through the brick and wallered it all out. And we managed to get it about 1 inch wide, but we still needed just a little bit more. So me being determined to prove whether flex is good or not, I used the chuck as a hole saw through the brick, and I turned this thing into turbo mode, put it in hammer drill, and I used the abrasiveness as a hole saw through the brick. Got this thing glowing like cherry red, and just got it done, man. And we didn't have to go to Home Depot. And they have a lifetime warranty on them anyway, so I didn't care. I was bound and determined to see if this thing was going to live up to my standards of what I think a good tool can do. And it absolutely did it. And then ever since then, I've just been talking about flex. And that's why I like flex so much, because I've tried to destroy these tools day in and day out, every chance that I get. And every chance they have, man, they just prove to me that they're just really, really powerful tools. And that's in turbo mode, high speed, lowest amount of torque possible right there. Not even high torque. So it's just, you can hear the difference whenever it hits the wood. So even though they're small screws, you can still hear the difference. Let's see if we can hear the motor change. You hear it for a split second where it's like, right? But then when you switch it, do you want me to tell you how that goes again? Mm-hmm. But whenever you switch it to like one of these, I should have been wearing my safety Crocs. You can hear the difference. It's a little bit longer of a pitch. See? Mm-hmm. And then you've got, that was the compact. And then you got the medium one. Request to take the tag off. Good call. Thank you, sir. But then you got one of these here. Let's see the difference. And it's a little bit longer than the turbo. Shorter than the compact.
Jonathan wants to know how often you see the flex being used at a job site.
Man, not that much is what I'd like to see. When I see it, I get excited, but I don't see it very often. There's a lot more Makita and Dewalt still out there. There's a lot more M12. Being electricians, you're not going to see a lot of larger tools. But I look at all the trades whenever I'm walking by. Mostly everyone's got Dewalt. The sheetrockers, everybody. I see a lot of Makita and a lot of Dewalt. And a lot of Milwaukee. I probably see more Dewalt than anything. And I might see more Makita than I do Milwaukee still to this day. Mexicans, they just love Makita. I don't know why. They're smaller. Maybe they fit their hands. You know, they just got smaller hands. They love Makita. It's out there everywhere.
Matthew says that he owns the Milwaukee pack-out system and wants to know if you own the flex storage system.
I don't own the flex storage system. I've got the drawers from Klein. So Klein has the kickstand where you can put your benders and stuff. And Klein was the first one to have like the actual part of it, like the removable handle and stuff. And I was like, that's the one I'm going to get, because when I did construction, what we would do is we would have our boxes. And back in the day, pack out wasn't even a thing yet. We had Huskies, and we had a lot of people had those two-wheel dollies that had like the foot here, and they're only about 30 inches tall, and they would bungee cord all their shit to it, and that's what they would drag across the gravel to the job trailer and then back and forth, and they just have a whole bunch of different ways to cart their tools around. And I always bought the longer Huskies or the totes with the handles. Milwaukee makes a pack out style of that where it's like that long and like that wide. And it's about that tall. And I think that's probably the best pack out ever, because that's the one to go up and down stairs, man, because elevators don't work when you're doing construction until the very end of the job. So you're on the 5th floor, you're going up 10 flights of stairs, you know, one and then a landing and then the next flight. So you got 10 flights of stairs for 5 stories minimum. And that's the one that you bang up and down the stairs, and you, on your way down, you angle that thing to the wheels are just barely touching, but more of the base of the bottom of the actual tote or whatever it is just hitting the top of the stairs here, here, and here, and here. And then you just kind of angle it like this, and you drop your arm like this, and you run down the stairs while it's sliding down the stairs. And then when you're going to work, you just bang it up every freaking, all the wheels, boom, 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 all the way up. So what I always used was the stuff like rigids, anything with a lifetime warranty, anything with big wheels, anything with a big long base like that. Even the Fat Max 3-tier had 2 wheels. It was 3 toolboxes, and when you push the button, it extended out into, it looked like stairs. And yeah, once this base extended out, the wheels were like this for like the base of it, and it made like stairs. And even then, I would angle that thing on its back and just slide it down the damn stairs and just destroy it. But it lasts for years, so who cares? Just buy another one. After a year, you've already made your money. If your tools last a year in the job site, dude, you already made your money. And then I want the next best thing coming out anyway. That's kind of my outlook on tools is who needs a warranty when the next best thing is coming out, dude? I want to be loving life every day while I'm using the next best thing that just came out and enjoying getting a chance to use it, figuring out what my next tool setup's going to be, thinking about what next tool I'm going to go buy, going to Home Depot, go and get extra bits. I can use those tomorrow. That's what kept me going in the field, man, was like all the tools. So when I wanted to talk about electrical and make a channel, I knew that the niche for electricians is fairly small, but I also knew that tools is what kept me going in the field. So we kind of combined both of them into this channel. And then I didn't want to put inspection in the name because I don't want that kind of publicity.
Bubba Bates says Makita builds different, and I love it too. Marco says, did you get a flex blower? I was busy and missed it in a minute.
I've got the flex blower already. It's absolute trash, but it's not supposed to be a really powerful blower. It's more for like surfaces, I guess. It's okay. I'm going to grab a grease saw blade. I should have one right here. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I have it. To buy more blades. This blade. What did we cut with this blade? There's no telling on this channel what we've been cutting. But damn, there's no way that's going to cut good. We can all agree.
Drew Burt says, "Hey chat, hey Kansas. Hope y'all have a good weekend."
What's up, Drew? We're still rocking the 2.0 battery with all this. So we got 4 bars. That's good. Let's see how this.
Matthew wants to know if he'll be laughed at on a job site if he gets the field piece meter versus a fluke.
It's a very good question. Hang on a second.
Drew, Drew Burt says, "What's up, brother? Are you an electrician? I'm an electrician in South Florida, local 728."
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, I've been an electrician since 2006, and now I've been an electrical inspector since 2017. I did about 4 years of industrial and 4 years of residential, and did infrared while I was doing that. Built schools, hospitals, museums. Did a lot of troubleshooting. I was always the last on the job site, so you get really good. You get really good at troubleshooting when you're the last person on the job site, which is a compliment. If you're the last person on the job site, that means they like you and they want to keep you as long as they can. It's a good position to be in because you get to learn a lot. You get to troubleshoot a lot. To typical construction, you don't get to learn to troubleshoot because everything's brand new. You should be installing it and just working. But the reality is that things don't work all the time like that. And then you get all the change orders and you get to see you see almost like the tenant finish out kind of side of it too, which is pretty cool.
Tar Heel said, "Thanks, Miss Tactics, for commenting for us tonight."
Yes.
You're welcome. Shy Leroy says, "Does that mean your wife has to clean up behind you?"
Because I'm an electrician. That's funny. All right, let's just cut a little angle out of this. It's going to be loud and the neighbors are probably sleeping. They already hate me because the noise we make, probably.
Matthew says, "I like that your family is involved with the channel, family man."
I appreciate that. All right, let's see here. It's a little bit twisted.
So that untwist it by banging.
Maybe. I'll find out. That is pretty fast. That's pretty fast. It's a good tool. Let's try the flex.
I want to sit down.
You want to sit down? Not your Pete. Let's try the flex here. Flex has star lock, so we don't have a choice. But the flex, I mean, dude, star lock's amazing. Watch. Bam! That's it. If we want to change the blade on the Milwaukee, it is not bam. It is.
Drew says, "Wow, nice. That's awesome, man. Much respect to you. I started in 2012 and I love this trade. Mostly work on high-end residential and we see some really cool stuff down here."
Oh, nice, nice. Let's see, you.
Tar Heel, don't worry. I just can't read sometimes.
I graduated in 2012, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Yeah, I graduated in 2012 from IEC.
As a journeyman yet.
No, I got my journeyman's closer to 2013. Yeah, we're splitting hairs. Yes. Yeah. You don't graduate school as a journeyman. You still gotta freaking take your test. And then once you get it, your company will say, "Oh, now you get to prove yourself." And you're like, "What do you mean, dude? Give me my raise. I just passed my test." And like, no. You're going to go run some jobs first. We got to squeeze every penny out of you.
Jimmy Blue says, "Yo."
Yo, what's up? Speed 5. Here we go.
Kansas says, "If you invite the neighbors over for a live stream and you let them use the rear handle, I bet they won't hate you."
Haha. it's a different size bit, so it's kind of hard to show you. So I just, well, hang on. It's pretty ridiculous. That's actually really loud. We're in trouble. That might have been the one. Out of all the things we've done to the poor neighbors, that might be the worst one yet. We should just turn off all the lights and pretend like we're sleeping.
Shai says, how's the hand feel compared to the Milwaukee?
Oh, vibration and stuff. I don't pay attention to anything like that. So people ask me all the time, what's the vibration like? I don't know, dude. It's a spinning death machine that's next to my finger. I'm not worried about the vibration. I'm worried about like making sure I don't cut my dick off. Let me see. It's pretty smooth. Let me see here. Oh, the Milwaukee's actually a lot quieter and a lot. Milwaukee's probably more comfortable.
Matthew wants to know if you're located in Texas.
I am in Texas. Are you in Texas?
Shai says, I was more curious about the grip feel.
Oh, yeah. So the grip here, there's my thumb and there's my, what is it? My finger. That's the middle finger. So it barely closes there. It gets skinny where it needs to. Like Flex is known for not being skinny. This is a pretty nice feeling tool from Flex. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Sol says you will pay attention to the vibration when you get older and can't hold things in your hand anymore.
You can see the overlap there. So, I like how I'm more in control of my tool up here, where the switch is, and I'm just kind of using it, even though I can't grab it all the way around. I like carrying the middle of my tool versus down here, because back here, I'm having to like adjust to reach the controls back here. So you can see where there's like a shift where the button could be right here, but it's not. They put the button back here. So you're leaning this against your wrist. You're not over the top of your tool like you would expect to be. When I'm over here, I'm over the top of my tool, and there's really no worries about how it's going to go, and it's more straight. And the Milwaukee, I'm kind of more over here on the side of my tool. It just depends on what you like. Flex is really good about getting you over the top of your tools, even with their barrel grip. You know, you got all your settings down here to where you can see what the tool's doing. When you look at this saw here, you've got a really good view here and here on both sides of this saw. You've also got right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. See that right there? Those are actually bar symbols. So when your battery's down here and you can't see the bars, it projects right there on the side, and they actually light up 1, 2, 3, 4. See that there? Mm-hmm. Could you see that? Mm-hmm. So even if you're right here on the tool, as you're using it, you can actually look down there and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And then also, this tool has springs in the bottom that pops your battery in the air. That way you're not fighting it. There's little springs down there. Push the batteries up. There's a lot of quality of life, just enjoyment things with the Flex, man. I love their tools.
Kansas says you don't have to worry about turning off your feeling.
Oh, that's good. Too small to potentially be in the crossfire. I see, Kansas.
George Ordway says, aloha, what goodies did you get? My neighbor just picked up the Flex trim router and sander for me up deeper in the main A-Woods. Jimmy Blue says, see, I figured the Milwaukee was still more comfortable to use, but I think the Flex has less vibration.
I think the Milwaukee might have less vibration, but It's minimal, dude. The way this thing, like, watch, you just want to get rid of the blade. We'll get rid of the blade. We want to pick the blade's hot, so we can't touch it. So we need to lock the blade back in. Oh, don't make me a liar, you box. Hang on. Do it on a flat surface. There you go. You want to put the blade in, lock the blade in. You want to drop the blade because it's hot, drop the blade because it's hot. Pick it back up, pick it back up. I like the Starlock stuff a lot.
Matthew says that he's in North Carolina, but he has been to Houston, Texas before. Backwood says he hasn't had to worry about hearing since he was around a 155 battery on the range. Tar Heel says, do you like Ego battery powered equipment?
Yeah, I do now. I didn't really understand it. I got their string trimmer. So when I first moved here, I had outdoor power equipment from the last house because that was like the only thing that was safe. But my batteries were still contaminated because they were charging inside the house. So all the stuff outside was fine, but the batteries were being charged inside. So I needed new batteries. And then the way Ryobi does you, or anybody really, you may as well buy the tool with the batteries than just buy the batteries by themselves. So I needed batteries, and it was the exact same price. It was like $30 more to buy the Ryobi mower with two 4.0s than it was just to buy one 4.0. And we bought a Ryobi mower because that's what we had. And I had a Milwaukee string trimmer. And then my Milwaukee string trimmer was like timing out and not working and overheating and being stupid. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get something else. The Ego was on sale, and I picked up the Ego with a 2.5 because that's what Tools of Soul said, man, you're going to like the Ego. And I was like, I'll give it a shot. And dude, the string trimmer is crazy on the Ego. Like the head self-feeds, the batteries work, and the thing just has power for, I leave it on the lowest setting, and it's like plenty of power. So really, really like the string trimmer. And then my neighbor, I told him whenever I first moved here, he asked me what mower should he get. I told him to get the Ego. And then he loved the thing. And then the other day we were talking about power equipment. He's like, yeah, you told me to get the Ego and I love it. And here I am buying the freaking Ryobi after I told him to get the Ego. But dude, we spent so much money on tools. It was like, man, I just couldn't afford to get anything else. Recently, Lowe's told me to go buy the Ego blower, and it came with two 4.0 batteries. One 4.0 battery is like $250, and the whole kit was like $400 with two 4.0s. And that blower is crazy. So I'm pretty sold on Ego, even though it's expensive. I'm pretty sure I'm behind it now, where I'm probably going to buy the Ego mower next time I want a battery-powered mower. Might even just sell the Ryobi.
There's pizza.
Because it's crazy. So somebody sent us a gas-powered mower, and it's been good. The gas-powered mower is good, but it's not convenient. You know, it's better with, I don't know, dude. Something about just popping a battery in there, not worrying about oil, not worrying about this or that, and then just going to mowing.
What code cycle is Texas on, Matthew?
We just got into the 23, so we're still seeing permits for 22. That's not right. 2020. Yeah. So I'll see like a -22 permit come through still today, and that's from 2020. So we just got into the 23 adopted, and I've still probably got 95% of my jobs are still 2020 code book. Yep. Yeah, I would, man.
Matthew says they're on the 2017 in North Carolina.
Oh, nice. I liked that code. The 2020 is crazy. And the 2014 is probably my favorite. Even though it was like still stupid because they had the arc faults and it's just crazy. But after 2014, it gets like really bad. And then 2020 hits and you're like, WTF. And the 23 is terrible. I mean, we got to measure through doors now. So if you got a receptacle that's within 6 feet of a sink and it's in the next room, you still have to put GFCI on it because you're within 6 feet. Like you got to measure through the doorway and around the corner for GFCI. So it's a little bit excessive. They removed the verbiage permanent provisions for cooking for a kitchen, and now it's food serving area. So that's like your whole damn break room now. Like even behind the microwaves, where you can't put GFCI protection because it's not readily accessible. So what it says is you can't move any obstructions, you can't move any paper towels, cups, anything like that. So microwave in front of a plug is obviously not readily accessible. If it's got a push button on it, then it's really not accessible. Then you put a microwave in front of it, and now you're hosed. You got to go buy a $300 breaker for a bolt-in when you could have put a $20 device in it. It just feels bad, man, asking for that. It's like, hey, man, we need GFCI on that, and the sink's freaking 20 feet that way. It's terrible. But it's the code, and we got to call it, and that's what we do. But it just sucks.
Tar Heel says, I heard the ego blowers were great.
Dude, the ego blower is crazy. I did a video on it not that long ago. I was blowing things away from like 30 feet. I had the Ryobi, and it's 40 volt, and I thought it can't be that much better because I had the Milwaukee, and the Milwaukee is just it's okay. It's okay. And I feel like the 40 volt Ryobi is just as good. Maybe better.
LFL says, do you have a big lawn in front and back? I have a good size for both, and the 7.5 battery is enough, but I like to upgrade to the dual blade mower from Ego.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Our yard's not that big. We could probably do both with the 4.0.
Matthew says the 2026 is out now, but I am not sure if any state has adopted it yet.
The problem with the code now is it's just a money grab. And even they're trying to put out these TIAs, technical information, TIA, technical information. Some TIs, technical. It's like an emergency thing. And the only way you can have access to it is if you pay for the subscription of the NEC. Okay? If it's that much of an emergency and people's lives are at stake with the code because it's the fucking National Fire Prevention Association, the NFPA, and it's hey, you need to pay us to tell you to keep people safe. That's BS, man. You want to put out a TIA and make me enforce it when I got to pay for it and it's not just available, then it's not an emergency. It shouldn't be a code. It actually gets less value once you do it that way. It's so dumb, man. You got to spend like, it's expensive too. It's expensive to have that code book digital. It's such crap. You used to buy a code book and it would come with a code. You could download the whole PDF of that code book on your phone or whatever. Take that little placard card that came with the book, go online, boom, download the code book. You don't get that anymore. It's crazy. You could search it. It was a full PDF, and now everything is online, and they put all the most important information behind a paywall when we should be trying to uphold like what they're determining is like an emergency for a new code change. Hey, somebody's got this going on. People are getting sued. Maybe we should do this. No, you guys got to pay to know about it.
Bob the Builder says, I really like my Tora battery powered stuff, but I'll be switching to Ego if one goes bad.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I hear the Toro stuff is pretty nice too, though. You made a mess in here, man. Messy.
Souls is going to bed.
I hear you.
Jonathan says it's not easy to become an electrician.
Maybe not in California. Out here, it's pretty easy. I think I just got Anthony a job. The guy that was helping me last night. We were turning that plug around.
Tar Heel says, I'm in North Carolina, close to Charlotte.
Oh, nice.
Jonathan feels like everyone likes to tell an electrician how they're doing things wrong. Everybody likes to tell you how you're doing things wrong.
It's the internet, dude. Or unless you're talking about real life, that's just part of the process of being in construction, man. You're gonna get picked on. You're gonna get teased. People are gonna hide your tools. It's usually a good thing. The more somebody's fucking with you, the better off you are. You're getting picked on, means they usually like you.
Matthew says he needs to see a quick tour of your man cave there.
Oh, yeah?
Tar Heel wants to know what time it is here.
I don't know.
It's not showing.
11:50? It's not too bad.
AMZ, George Ordway says AMZ $27 for 12-pack Philip LED 60 watt A19 12-pack ultra efficient soft white
2700
K 850 lumens
There's some that up
5W
here.
equals 60W dimmable clear flicker free.
Yeah, they're light bulbs. What's up with them? How much are they?
$29.
Oh, that's pretty good. Wow, that's actually really good.
Jonathan says everybody likes to tell you how you're doing everything wrong if you want to become an electrician. George Ordway says it's $69 for an 8-pack.
Usually $69.
I guess so. Tar Heel says go heels, Matthew. It's $12.50 here.
Nice.
Matthew says if I get in a bind and need help, can I give you a shout?
Yes,
The troubleshooting, that is.
absolutely.
He loves helping.
That's what I'm known for, is troubleshooting.
What you do?
I fell. Trying to put all this somewhere.
Snowden Trader wants to know what the best power tool to get rid of the 185-pound chicken that he has.
Best power tool, probably a so you got a Ruger 1022. That's pretty good. 22 LR.
Did you see the high torque for the $135 with 6 8H stacked in charger Spencer wants to know?
I did, man. I don't need a high torque. I've got the 12 volt Dewalt high torque that, like, it's not high torque. Sorry, got the 12 volt Dewalt half inch that breaks 400 foot, breaks all the lug nuts that I need. It's compact. Yeah, I skipped that one.
I might let you finish up the live because it's almost midnight and we don't have the girls to see.
Yeah, I was gonna do a tour here anyway.
Okay.
Thanks, baby.
You're welcome.
If you get an Ego mower, do you research I believe the select cut and some high lift blade? That's what you want. If it's a single blade, then you need to go buy the high lift blade separate. Oh, interesting. That is good to know. All right, so yeah, we got our table here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these at $20 each. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those at $10. We've got 2 plates here at $40. Those are like $20. We got a lot of money on this wall just to hang stuff before we even have tools. We got a lighter here. Got the pliers wrench. We put these grips on the other day. They're pretty sweet. We need a heat gun. Ooh, the air compressor, man, that is a tough call, okay? Dewalt has some serious issues with their air compressor. So if you see me with this Dewalt, don't think it's good. just know that it has issues. So this one doesn't leak yet, but it will eventually. This one will eventually leak. And you will eventually have to take it all apart and put the glue and the hose clamp. And let's see if we can see here. Yeah. See my hose clamp on there? That's not factory. Stop that. That's not factory. So the compressions leak on this guy. And then the switches go bad. If it's just a casual air compressor, you might just want to get the rigid, honestly. For $100, it plugs in the wall. Yeah.
Is she gonna go without the topper tonight?
Oh, I can put it on.
It's not gonna stink.
We need to open that.
Yeah.
You want to open and leave it out there?
Leave it out where?
Out there?
In the playroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
See here. You ever heard of vampires? Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a heat gun. You know, I had to throw away all my tools ever. Yeah, the 4-gallon Husky silent compressor. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would say too. So I would just get a plug in. And then you can unplug it once it's aired up. You can take it outside. And then once it goes low on air, you can plug it back in. You don't need a battery air compressor. Hang on, baby. Why did I have to throw my tools away? Let me finish the shop tour and I'll tell you. Yeah, so we've got the 1007. We've got the 870 quiet hydraulic. No, this is 860. 870 is over here. 870 quiet hydraulic. We got the propaganda all on the back. Little desk here. This looks kind of cool when you do videos. Then we've got a couple of Dewalt's, Makita's on the top because it never gets used. We got all of our O-lights. We got our flex here. We got our troubleshooting for people who ask questions, especially when I'm live. O-light battery charger. Little workbench I built out of hot glue. I got the T-stack, so we got the controls here. All the DIN rail. You got more DIN rail. A couple of knives. I found my SOG finally, dude. This is the world's thinnest self-assisted knife. And you got to throw this thing hard to open it up. But it's kind of cool because it locks. So that right there, that might be unlocked now. Or is it locked? No, yeah, it's unlocked. So we got to like throw it like hard to open this thing up. You got to hold it here. All right, let me try this time. Nope. Try again. There we go. Super thin, man. Carry this thing anywhere. But I don't, because I'm actually a huge fan of the O-knife. I've been rocking the O-knife for every day. For like 3 months now. It's always on me. That's the Duron. Aluminum handle, super light. This knife is super, super light. Nitro V steel. This one is called the, what is this called? Say it on there. Slim Jim? Yeah. It's a SOG Slim Jim. Ooh, that's a good question. Dewalt or Flex? Damn you, LFL. I don't know. I like Dewalt impacts because they're tiny, and Dewalt's got the smallest batteries. So I definitely like Dewalt when it comes to impacts. I like Dewalt for the multi-tool because of the quick change blades. I like Flex for their hammer drills more. I like Dewalt, they're 12 volts for sure more. The drills, I'm going to go with Flex. The recips, I'm going to go with Flex. The lights, the jigsaw, the batteries. Flex has better batteries. Flex has better full-size saws. They have better jigsaws. They have better everything else. Flex. But the tools that I use the most, man, the impact, you know, and even DeWalt's drill is really nice. But I feel like this thing has too much technology in it to be trustworthy. Like it's almost too sensitive. Great drill. Maybe too many things to go wrong with it. The Flex has a lifetime warranty. Yeah, O knife is I almost pulled out another flashlight that you guys aren't allowed to see. That would have been dumb. Okay. Yeah. O knife here. Duron. Still really sharp too. I open disconnects with it. I do all kinds of dumb things with this knife. Default D, yeah. Yeah, default. I got a bunch of bits. Bought these for like $3 each. I stocked up. Got a handoff auto. That's for all my Klein pencils. More Wagos. Random drawer full of crap, actually, on this one. This might be another random drawer, as well as some cover plates and some electrical stuff. And then this one's gonna have boxes and things in it. Boxes, cover plates, things like that. Then this is like the YouTube stuff. So there's the microphone attachments, the lights, the just kind of the random stuff. This is my bag for thumbnails. So you can have like a whole bunch of wire clippings in the background. And then the drawers, I'm working on organizing the drawers more. That's all cameras, poles, camera mounts, lights, camera mounts. That one's a bunch of bits, a couple of Klein things, a couple of pins, nothing too special. Mounting screws. If you're wondering what length you need for screws for this, you need the special heads. You got to get these. This size, number 8. Just give me a screw, man. Don't make me stab you. Yeah. See where that head just barely fits there? That's what you want. You don't need a washer. And then the length. The length is just enough to grab whatever you're trying to grab. But the head is important there. There's the length once it goes all the way in. They're just perfect. So if you're looking for something to mount your Milwaukee pack out, it took me a lot of trips to get this right. Number 8 inch and a quarter from Home Depot. Took me a lot of trips to find that. No, that Wiring Simplified book sucks. The Wiring Simplified book is like, dude, I could write a better book than this thing. This thing sucks. This book is like garbage, dude. It's like if you were a complete idiot, like, why are you showing a hacksaw in 2025? How is this the new revised 46th edition based on the 2020 code? And you're still in black and white? And it says roto split on there still? It's like old AF, dude. The pliers are like combination pliers. It's like pictures from the 60s, man. Some of it's good, but I'm not learning anything from this. If you didn't know anything about electrical and you read the whole book, I suppose you could learn something, but damn, it's pretty bad. It's not good at all. It's just old. No effort made to make it modern. Low effort, dude. Low effort. Copy and paste. Look at that. That's from like the 50s. I was expecting to like have like a reference or something. Maybe I could take a page out of this and talk about it and make videos on it. I couldn't do anything with this. Good, I just showed the visible with the IR, yeah. I saw that book in Home Depot and wondered about it. Yeah, just skip it. Skip it. What do you do with all the wire clippings you recycle to get money back? Are they clippings? I don't. We weren't allowed to recycle whenever I was working, so you just don't. They get your driver's license, they run your plates. You pull in there, they take pictures of everything. The company policy is you can't have copper. So even if you scrap your own copper, let's say you did 3 houses by yourself and you wound up with like 30 pounds of copper. And you took it to the scrapyard. They would run your plates, they would take your driver's license, and then you're flagged. And then if your company say it was missing about 30 pounds of copper, 40 pounds of copper, they'll cross-check their database with their employees to see, has anybody that works for us sold any copper? And even if it was your own copper, it doesn't matter because you got copper in your name and you should have been scrapping copper anyway. So just don't put yourself in that position, you know, just don't be scrapping copper. If you want to scrap copper, put it in someone else's name. But as far as I do it, I don't. And especially on the internet, out loud, I don't scrap copper, ever. Hit him old issue due to a roofing snafu at his old house. Yeah. So what happened was pretty much I had COVID while we had mold, and I got really, really sick and didn't have a sense of smell. So we couldn't really identify that there was potentially an issue with the house. And then I didn't have a sense of smell for like a year. And I never really recovered from being sick. And I just thought that I had like what they call long C word. And I just felt like I never recovered. I just, okay, well, that's just the way it's going to be. And as time went on, I started getting sleepy. And I was almost barely able to stay awake. I was pretty much like a zombie. I started having severe ADHD symptoms, like severe. And then one day, like my stomach started hurting, like right here where my gallbladder was. And it didn't go away. So eventually I had that taken out. And when I was recovering from surgery, I was in that bedroom for 2 weeks straight without any going into fresh air ever. And I started getting really, really sick. And then that's when I found out that, we potentially had some mold because I started getting vertigo like bad. And then I started getting worse, and I wasn't even able to like lift up my arms. Like they just felt like they were 1,000 pounds. So I started putting all the symptoms and suspected mold. So we did a lot to that house trying to save it. We did everything we could. I put like $50,000 on a credit card. I must have replaced the HVAC twice. I replaced the heat exchanger. I replaced the coils. I replaced the plenum. I replaced the ductwork twice. We did a whole remodel on our bedroom, pulled all this sheetrock off, pulled all the ceilings out. That's when we found the mold. Then we tried to remediate it. At the time, we were living in the garage in tents, just trying to survive. And once we started like getting ready to move, because I sold the house for like $150,000 under. Yeah, there's a roof leak. Somebody built a roof over another roof, and just built a roof over shingles. So when you're standing in the attic, you're standing in shingles, and there's another roof above your head. So we sold the house for like next to nothing and just took the money and ran compared to what it was worth. I probably could have sold it for like $550. I sold it for $360. I only owed $100,000 on it, and took the money, came over here. But when we were packing up like our televisions and things like that to potentially keep some stuff that have been nice, right? So I grabbed the 65-inch off of above the fireplace, and I'm walking into the garage. And at that point, I was pretty sensitive to this stuff. So I was starting to notice like different rooms had different textures of air, and different things like that. And when I walked that TV out to the garage, and the garage air was like way better than inside the house. So at this point, we weren't even going in the house. I was renting an apartment while we were paying the mortgage on that house we were trying to escape. Already like not wanting to be into the house. Like already like wearing a mask and like a full-on like monkey suit, like just to walk into my damn house. I was changing clothes. So when I was at the apartment, I was buying pairs of jeans to wear for one day when I was working because the cars were contaminated. So I bought a pair of jeans for every day for like a month at $20. And then I'd throw all that away. So I would dress up in jeans. I'd have my work shirts, which I couldn't throw away. And then I'd go to work. And then when I got home, we would go immediately to the house. We'd try to fix some stuff. And then before I went to the apartment, I would just throw the jeans in the trash because I didn't want to contaminate the apartment because we had already bought like all new stuff. So we would strip down in the garage, we'd wear our new clothes, and then we'd go to the apartment. And I did that for 2 or 3 months, man. Pretty crazy. Really, really, really crazy stuff I had to deal with. And when I grabbed that TV and I took it into the garage, that's when I realized that all of our stuff was contaminated because it was like a weird kind of like dust on the TV, and it was like up against my shirt. Almost looked like pollen, like right across here, because like the line where I was carrying the TV. And I looked down, man, I remember like almost choking, like breathing that dust. And that's when I realized like we couldn't take anything with us. So we didn't. We left a lot of stuff behind. And that created a rift with the wife a little bit because she wasn't sensitive to anything. And I was. Did I buy another flex vac? Yeah, I bought 2 flex vacs now. I just bought another one. And the flex bags are great. Yeah, garage attic space is usually separate over the living space and usually isn't. Yeah, so I had a shop. My garage was a 30 by 20 shop with 14-foot ceilings with its own separate dedicated AC. And that's why we were living in the garage in tents, because it was fully conditioned and completely isolated from the garage. It was like down a hall and around the corner and like disconnected from the house. It was a full-blown shop. I used to have a car lift in it at one point. Is there any way someone like me who isn't familiar with mold like that would be able to tell if it was an environment that had mold in it? I don't know. I don't know. I would say no, because some people, like, I can't breathe around. This is going to sound really strange, but you guys stuck around this long. We still got this many people watching. I just go full crazy. The guy named Anthony, he messaged me about 3 years ago, and it was from one of my troubleshooting videos. And he said, "Hey, are you hiring?" And I said, "No, but I know everybody ever, because I'm an electrical inspector. I can get you a job." I said, "But I don't know you from Adam, so I'm going to vet you. Come to the house. I got a lot of work to do. Got a remodel going on. I'm always doing something, trying to survive in this thing. Why don't you come over here and let me see what you're worth, what your work ethic is like, right?" And the guy didn't have a really good shake at life. He, homeless, had a place to stay, but like really nothing to his name. Looking to just have a better life. Really, really good guy though. Just lived rough. Compared to, most of us, we take a lot of stuff for granted. And so I invited him over and was giving him, money and getting a whole bunch of tools and trying to teach him how to be an electrician and all this stuff. And then I got him a job, and I just trying to help the guy out, right? I gave him a bunch of shoes and stuff because I was throwing the shit away anyway. And I didn't think that it was contaminated the way that it was. I figured if you could breathe next to it and I couldn't, then you can have it. Anyway, he dropped what he was doing, went down to Florida to go help somebody out because his girlfriend's parents were waiting for the VA approval. And he was in Florida for like a year and a half. And he came back to Texas. And when he came to the house, he was wearing the shoes that I gave him like a year and a half ago. And dude, I honed in on it. Like as soon as he entered the house, yes, that's okay to nobody. As soon as he entered the house, I honed in on it. I was like, dude, you can't come in here. And he was already prepared for that. So I'd already bought him clothes. So I had already bought him some shirts and some pants and socks and a whole bunch of stuff because I heard he was coming. So I went to Walmart. I bought like $100 of food, pants, shirts, boots, all that stuff. So he could, potentially be in the house because I was worried about trying to breathe next to people, because some people come over, dude, they just can't be in the house. I can't breathe next to them. And yeah, his shoes were from the other house, and these just they were killing me, man. It's so crazy. I've got please grow up. uh, I don't know, man. I've got no tolerance for that stuff. And her parents come over. I bought them a new wardrobe too. So her parents have a wardrobe here at the house, and they got to change when they come to the house too. It's crazy. My life is crazy, but we're still here. We're still making it, and yeah, it's just been crazy, man. We're resilient over here. I'm definitely built differently than a lot of people. That's all I can tell you. Just got to stay motivated and hope for the best, you know, like what else are you going to do? But being in the field and being in construction and all that stuff. Yeah. Sometimes when I inspect jobs, some jobs I won't even go to. We got one that's local. It used to be, I don't want to tell you what restaurant it is, because I don't want to tell you what city I'm in. We have a restaurant that's local, and it had been abandoned for like 6 months. Haven't had the weekly burger yet. No. Imagine the lives of people who thought it was a good idea to put a roof over an existing roof. I know. And that's kind of where I stand with permits, man. I hate that you got to get a permit for your own house that you pay the taxes on. And I think that makes me a better inspector in a way, because I can kind of sympathize with people and come with a more humbling perspective when I'm doing inspections for somebody. You know, I understand the process is tedious. It's a waste of time. It feels like a waste of time, whatever it is. But the fact of the matter is, man, that just generally people suck, and you pay someone to do a job and they're just not doing it properly anymore. It's getting really bad out there. It's getting more and more important to pull an inspection than it's ever been. Like, I see stuff from professionals that have licenses that it's just wrong. It's just flat out wrong. And they're like, well, we've been doing this way for 30 years. And I'm just like, that doesn't help this situation, man. Don't tell me that. You've been doing it wrong for 30 years, you know? It's like, damn. Is there a way to test the room for mold? Yeah, go check out Microbalance. Microbalance Health has test plates. But in general, if you got water damage at all, you've got mold. And then that infrared camera was actually able to find a hole. We had a roof leak over here, actually, in this other room. And we we took that infrared camera and shined it on the ceiling, and we were able to find the hole. It was pretty cool. I hate people that would get the permit but then not even follow the plans. Yeah, exactly. You can have your house tested for it, and if they catch it, they find it, they're required by law to notify the local health department and condemn the house in most jurisdictions. That's true. In Texas, you can do whatever you want with your mold. There is no protocol. We're more free than a lot of places. So in Texas, you can deal with your own mold how you seem fit. But once you invite certain companies into your house and they find you got mold, then you start going through with it. The only way for them to decide if there's no more mold is when they decide they're done. So if we've got Stachybotrys here in this room at, I don't know, a really high count, and then they do the full remediation, and it costs like 50 grand. And then they test the house again, and I've got the tracest amount of Stachybotrys on a baseboard in the bedroom. As far as they're concerned, I've got mold A to Z. So they're going to decide when they're done. So that's true. You can really get yourself stuck. What's up, Drain? What's going on? Question. What's up? How did I end up in Texas? Mom was from Texas. Dad was from Bermuda. Military. So my grandpa was in the military and stationed in Bermuda. There's military bases in Bermuda. The shortcuts have shortcuts, yeah. Yeah, I had a piece of my fascia that had some wood rot now. Got to deal with it. I hear on next week will be raining. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to be careful with all that. What's my grandpa's name? He's dead now. That was his name was Mike. I have a question above. I have a question above. Oh, I need to fill an MP2X for the first time. I work maintenance as a Volkswagen supplier. We make front and rear axles. That's cool. An MP2X is pretty heavy for supplying. It sounds like you're gonna need like a razor knife and stuff, I guess. Shout out to Grandpa Mike. Yeah. I don't have any family anymore, man. All my family's dead. Let's see, MP2X. Let's get one. Let's get an MP2X here. All right, MP2X. How are we gonna fill it? You're gonna need too much dust. You're gonna need a razor knife. It's probably gonna go in your pocket anyway. But if you're gonna be using a razor knife often, I wouldn't recommend one like this that you have to constantly open and close. I would actually recommend one like this. Even this one's got a fold. I would go something like this. You want to stay away from this one though, because what can happen is whenever you're pulling this out, watch, we're going to engage that forward and your knife extends out. See that just slightly open? Because that just slides forward. So you want to be mindful of the razor knife that you're going to get when you're doing that. But yeah, you can't go wrong with a pair of Knipex. So you're going to want send you that Mazzo. He wants the Mazzo. Get the Mazzo X. Been looking to become a home inspector so my loved ones have someone they can count on for the biggest. That's awesome, Jonathan. Oh, dude, the Harbor Freight's fine for a car, dude. The Harbor Freight's great. For me, that only does my brakes. I got 3 vehicles, so 3 times every 3-4 years. And then, like, other stuff. The Harbor Freight's fine. I don't change my own oil for a good reason. If you got warranties, it really helps when you have oil changes that are documented for Carfax and all that stuff. It's worth every penny to spend a little bit extra money. The amount of money that you're saving doing your own oil change with how expensive things are now, it's fairly competitive. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would just be careful with what razor knife you get. It can go in here, but you want to watch out for that. So for a supplier, you know, you're definitely going to want a knife. I would get one of these screwdrivers here. This one? Yeah. Home Depot has a black one. Lowe's has the orange one. I think I like the black one better with the handle. It has all the sizes you're ever going to need. And they all fit. So that's going to go in there like that. And then you want to get yourself like all the 3 Knipex, which are right here in my handyman pouch. These are the 7 1/4. I hate this Vito. Hate this Vito, but that's okay. So I hate it for $200. It's acceptable. So you get the pliers wrench. What the fuck? It's not a pliers wrench. We got the pliers wrench. That's going to replace pretty much your adjustable spanner, adjustable wrench. If you're in the UK, it's a spanner. If you're in the United States, it's a wrench. That's going to have to go there. Then you got your Cobras. Or you get your Cobra ESs. These are not going to grab as good as the other ones, I promise you. Then you got your twin grips. Throw your knife there. You got a screwdriver. I don't know if you're doing electrical or not, but you should probably get your little NCV right there. And pencils, things like that. I don't know what a VW supplier is going to need. The auto settings are amazing on the Flex tools. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's true, George. You're a journeyman and inspector, and I'm just an electrical apprentice, and look up to me. I appreciate that, man. This is awesome. I appreciate that, man. Did that fix your noise changing the brakes? It did. It did. The noise is kind of grindy. It wasn't... sometimes it's like they're just wearing uneven or whatever they're doing. The one side was a little bit thinner than the other side. Wasn't thin enough to make a noise though, but it fixed it. The car stops better than ever now. You got the TBCT36L7 that you reviewed, and it's awesome. Oh yeah, that's right here. I'll keep all my good pouches out. So if it's a decent pouch, it'll stay in this room, and this should be the one that you're talking about. This is a great pouch. So this is a quick clip. Very sturdy. Very reliable. And very organized. Put 2 of those there. It's kind of weird loading this up for non-electrician, dude. I'm an electrician, so loading this shit just feels hypocritical. But I would say you need your diagonals here. These fell on the floor earlier. Need your lineman there. No compromise for older wire. You need all the leverage you can get. Get full-size pliers. Don't try to do the multi-tool thing. When the length of the wire is so important and you're trying to make like the best wire connection you can make, it's worth it having full-size pliers. As much as I like these,
I'm going to get you some.
they're just, there's a compromise, right?
I have a cup already. I'm grabbing. I have a cup already.
Let's go with the ball grip. This is by far the best screwdriver you can buy. The insulated multi. That fell down there, so I'm not even gonna bother pulling it out. Got the Volt claw. Now, if this is getting a little bit too repetitive, what we can do. No, wait, sorry, this goes here. Sorry, my bad. This will fit here. You just got to train it. And then this stays here. I forgot for half a second. There we go. Everything's getting so expensive, you do your own oil changes, yeah. Hey, phone's trying to die. We got 5% battery. I got to end this live now, but I appreciate all the support. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. If I don't end this now, it's not going to be good for YouTube. So we'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Serious question. As an electrician, can you confirm or deny that allegations for the broom? Yeah, dude, you get a Klein branded broom, and then you should expect to clean up. We'll see you guys later. Take it easy.